Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony. And joined with me today are the other three casual beverages I like to sip on while I'm relaxing, starting with the clear, crisp opening sound, Jared.
I think Tony just had a stroke. Armos checking in. What's going on? My casual beverage, if I do splurge, is 90% of the time I'm drinking water. But if I do splurge on something, it is going to be an A&W root beer. Caffeine-free, way to be. Dan, what about yours?
Root beer.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dan. Still a bit sick today, but it's fine. I play Minnis PebbleWalker, your tiny little swarm keeper ranger. And my casual drink is definitely going to be, lately it's been coffee milk. I don't know if you've ever had coffee milk, but there's this brand called Dave's Coffee Milk or coffee syrup in Rhode Island, and you just put the syrup in your milk, maybe put some chocolate syrup in there as well, mix it together. It is so delicious. That is my favorite casual drink. I'll just put a little coffee syrup in some milk, stir it around, and give it a drink. What about you, Alec?
I've never heard of that in my life.
Nope. My
name is Alec. I play Drell of the Ashborn, and my favorite casual drink is sparkling water, preferably flavored sparkling water.
You got a brand?
And if we're going brand, bubbly. I really like the bubbly stuff. Spindrift just ain't it, man. I'm sorry if you're listening and you work there, but it ain't it. Bubbly though.
Mm-hmm.
I love you guys. Great
Good choice.
Great stuff. Yeah. Or just plain, I like plain sparkling water as well. Like the bubbles. What about you, Tony?
Yo, in the same mindset as Alec, I love that bubbly water or just regular water. It's got to be Liquid Death.
Oh, hell yeah.
Every time. Oh, hell yeah, brother. No, like, imagine cracking open a nice tall white can of Liquid Death. Imagine 2 sips out of that, Chris boy. Hell.
So water.
Hell. You can imagine
So
3 sips out
if
of
we're
it.
going by genre, though, water.
No, Liquid
water.
Death. Liquid Death
Right.
is not just water. Liquid Death. No.
Right.
No.
I agree. It's the best brand of water, but it is water.
No, you're not going to downplay my relaxing beverage.
With you, Tony. Water. Yes. Water.
Water.
Sparkling water, just flavored water.
And there's water, like Liquid Death and Poland Springs.
Teas, they're making a soda soon, bro.
Yeah, but you're talking about the water, aren't you?
I'm talking about Liquid Death.
Amazing.
Busting my balls, Dan. You're busting my balls.
Liquid Death is good though.
I love Liquid Death.
Yeah.
Please sponsor us. That'd be amazing.
Please sponsor us.
Please.
Now you know the deal. Before we do the recap, we got to do the rundown. And today's rundown is brought to you by Drell.
Yeah. So today I am plugging the DND404.com website. Go ahead, check it out. And, let's go ahead and jump into the merch tab. So what I want to do for the listeners, I'm going to be giving away 5 free mugs to the first person that goes into our merch store and buys something else with it. So all you got to do is got to go in the merch store, pick something else out that you like, add a mug to your cart for free on us. Use code Drell. Okay. First 5 people to do that, enjoy. You could get a combat mug. You could get that nice glossy Drell mug. Or you could get that nice glossy Drell mug. You know what I'm saying? So just enjoy it on us. And first 5 people, code Drell.
Love that.
Check it out.
Now you know the deal. I'm going to go ahead and roll for the recap where I roll a giant half-eaten foam D4 where I'm number 1, 2 is Alec, 3 is Dan, and 4 is Jared.
All right. How we doing this? I got an idea, but
Someone else.
Dan, Alec, you guys got one?
My brain's gone today.
All right, cool. Give it a kick into the old basket. Drop kick it.
Kick?
You think this man can kick it into the hoop?
Hey, give it your best shot.
I'll have you know, I'm a 2nd degree brown belt in Japanese jiu-jitsu. This will be nothing for me.
famous last words.
Okay, just to
No.
paint a picture. Tony is standing in front of a door about, 4 feet away. He drops the dice, kicks it. It goes shanks left so hard it goes
backwards
behind him into the other corner of the room.
I'm going to be great at this.
All right.
I'll take that, honestly.
That was a
good enough.
solid. That was a solid kick.
Like, I'll take it.
Uh-oh.
It's a 4.
Pikes.
Brought to you by Jared.
You know, I should know this. A lot of things happened last episode. We had a huge fight that we stumbled upon and then Armos's long-lost puppy's soul is in a bloodshard being held by Rich Gulak and some other guy. Who cares about that guy? But anyways, Armos goes, tries to run, grab it. He gets obliterated by everything. Goes down to almost no life, ends up having to heal himself while Drell's over there swinging it for the fences, killing everything. Minnis was a tree the entire time. He didn't do much.
He got ran over.
Oh, he did get ran over. And then, when all else fails, Rich Gulak just disappeared and just ran away. And then Armos got a little corny and decided to take over all the frogs. And the frogs tried to eat the tank. Dunkin came in with some dynamite, said, hey, we should get out of here. So everyone hopped on the frog and tried to get away, but then we realized the frog should stay behind. Rest in peace, Lilypad. And then they all dove into a tent and scene. Bard, play that intro.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is DND404. Fellas, boyos, welcome to session 129. The 3 of you, accompanied by Dunkin, have decided to make a hasty escape as the gate to the military ward, the north gate to be specific, the drawn bridge had opened from the plateau, revealing 18 more of these elemental soldiers being led by a large Revenger knight. Given the severity of the situation and the almost potential infinite amount of soldiers that could come through the military ward, the 3 of you have decided to take Dunkin's lead and try to find a place to hide, as he may have an idea on what to do next. In the last session, you had heard a series of events off in the distance where warlike events are being taken place. The Armor army had broken through the main gate and are making their way into the city. This had concerned Viral, causing him to flee hastily in a very angry temperament. As the 3 of you follow Dunkin, you have dove into a tent, and this tent happened to be filled with undead, lifeless ghoul bodies. These ghouls are already dead. They are not moving, but they are piled on top of each other. As you dive in, you begin to hide among the corpses, as you are going to take a brief moment of respite here. The pink frogs that Armos was commanding is effectively holding off the soldiers for the time being, allowing you to make your escape here. As you sit with Dunkin, I'm going to allow a very brief short rest, but there's something I want to say to you guys before you gain these benefits. Red City is technically a large dungeon mechanically. You are always in a state of not combat, but a constant encounter. You cannot comfortably take a long rest here. There are too many enemies and too many things that can happen that would ruin the benefits of a long rest. So you can only take short rest. The catch is, to gain any benefit of a short rest, you must expend hit die.
I use all my hit die. All right.
If you were to use all your hit die right now, you cannot take any more short rests.
I take it back. I don't think I'll need to use all my hit die, but
remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
You're a marathon.
So as the 3 of you are in a tent full of ghouls hiding among the bodies, using its foul scent to hide yours from the living and the demons around you, go ahead and let me know how many hit die you're using and how much health everyone is getting back. And as the 3 of you are doing that math, taking your short rest, you see Reginald go, oh, finally, we can have a snack, as he rips the femur off his ghoul and begins to chow. Oh, it's a little old, but it'll do.
You mean warm that up for you?
It's kind of like, you know how like some food just tastes better the next day and cold? I'm kind of feeling that vibe right now, you know?
Yeah, all food tastes better cold the next day.
Yeah, most.
No, leftover food is like the best, especially when you put it in like an ice block. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, yeah, no question. But there's some food that definitely needs to be warmed up. Not all food, but some food.
Okay, so I am going to be using 3 of my barbarian hit die. So those are all D12s. And then I'm using 2 of my fighter hit die, which are D10s. Woohoo! Let's go.
I used 3 cleric die and 7 ranger die.
I have to use 11 to even max roll most of my life back.
There you go.
But like if you have potions and stuff, right? Like you could focus on taking those instead rather than burning all your hit die.
Yeah, we got potions.
So that's what Tony was saying is you can save your hit die to take short rests in the future because then you also get your spell slots back. So instead of burning all your hit die now.
I probably should have used a potion. I forgot I had these.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, well what I'm doing is I'm using a potion of supreme healing as well on top of it.
And we're down to 4 fancy TP rolls, by the way. So.
Excuse me?
Fair warning.
So it's 10d4 plus 20.
So I'm going to do 8.
So we get a lot of stuff back, but one of the things I don't get back are my lucky rolls. I know.
Rough.
Yeah.
32.
And then I use one of my channel divinities to heal you.
Okay.
So take that.
What is that?
15.
Whew. And then I'll use 2 potion of greater healing.
And when I say one of my channel divinities, I mean my only channel divinity. I don't have like multiple.
All right, and then I'm going to use, so greater healing potions is 4d4 plus 4.
Almost. Basically, are you sweating? Are you feeling it?
Life is my only resource.
Sure
You know what I
is.
mean? Like
Sure
the moment
is.
I get temporary hit points, I'm unstoppable. Until I get that, you know what I mean?
We gotta go find some lesser demons.
All the demons. Okay, I'm gonna use 1 potion of greater healing. That gets me to 100 HP. Boom. Yes, I am good. All right.
Armos, give us a speech.
Yes! Speech! Well, okay, it's gonna be a quiet speech because we're in the
Yes, of course. I want to keep it real quiet.
But look,
Keep it quiet.
But like,
Right.
still like, use your diaphragm.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that gem back from that.
Yeah. Here we are.
Kill the millions.
Yeah, and we're gonna do this all for Lily Pad that's out there.
Yeah.
And those frogs, I can't believe. All of a sudden he starts sounding like Alex Jones talking about the frogs.
Oh no.
Oh god, okay.
The water in Red City are turning to pink frog scale. Okay, sorry.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Turning all the frogs pink. I can't believe this. All right, so then that means if I use that, 22. 22
Nice. I'll take it.
temporary hit points for Minnis and Drell.
Love it.
And for our homie Dunkin, yeah, he gets 22 hit points.
Nice. Look at that. So also, Sly had went with Leslie to help the people. And as the 3 of you take a short rest, you have run, dove, and are laying among the corpses of ghouls as Reginald is snacking on a femur. You all gain some health back and some of your abilities. About 20 minutes pass as you sit there and take in everything that has just happened. From seeing Viral, from realizing Layla is somewhat alive in a bloodshard, her soul is contained anyway, from giant frogs, from taking out a siege engine, and from seeing a large, countless army coming towards you or being contained within the military ward. Duncan had advised you to come here, and as you take a breather, you hear sounds from outside of the tent. You hear iron-clad footsteps. You know that the frogs have poofed away within that 20-minute time span. The duration had left. You feel that the rod of leadership is no longer controlling anything.
It's Rod of Rulership.
The rod of rulership is no longer commanding anything. You hear footsteps. You also heard in the last session various explosions go off, and that's when Duncan chimes in. All right, lads, we're gonna hold out here, and we're gonna wait until the second wave of explosions go off. He moves and he takes out his bag again, and he re-shows you. He has a bag full of TNT bundles of dynamite, but instead of that classic red bundle look, they are green. He goes, "This is a slightly modified powder, and it gives quite the boom. The shadow smugglers and I had received a signal from the Armos army that they needed a diversion, and that's where I came in. You see, while I was here, I was carefully, stealthily, planting explosives to create a distraction when the army had called for it. It seems with the three of you being here, they decided to take advantage of the situation and charge into the city. That's where you three come in, and that's where the second wave of explosions come in now. Boom! A series of explosions happen again, and you hear the collapsing of rubble, the shrieks of demons, and wood exploding, and you hear even the faintest scraps of metal. Because that, lads, was the bridge connecting from the military south gate leading to the main gate, which is going to cut off their supply of those tin heads coming through. And if I timed it right and we are lucky, maybe I got a siege engine or two. You see, these bad boys, and he taps on the dynamite, melt through fell iron real good.
Hell yeah, that's metal. Literally.
Aye, lads. So, as you know, I have my own mission here, but we are fighting for the greater cause. I am going to the hangars in the military ward as my job is now done. I think, since the three of you are also heading there, that we could probably now take that destroyed South Bridge, climb up the rubble, because they're no longer going to be sending units down that path. All the enemies, all the tin heads are going to be funneling through the north gate. It's going to take some time to get to the main gates, to the city, and that's where we can go in and do what we need to do.
Oh, amazing. I missed you, Duncan.
And are you, Tiny Cow Minotaur?
I'm a bull, remember? You literally just said bull last episode. What happened?
Did I don't know, there's a lot of ringing going on. How are you, Drell?
Oh yeah. All right, so what do you guys want to do?
You want to go towards the southeast part of this area and go through the housing district? Is that the idea? Because I think that's our best bet if we want to get around.
So, yes, the living quarters to the south, that's where the bridge from the military ward leads to the other living quarters. The military ward within itself is a series of hangars. This is where all the tin hats live. But there's one hangar where they're created. And if you're looking for that special lantern, if you're looking for the fell ogburn that allows passage to Fero's tower, you need to look for a lector, and the lector will probably be in the main factory, in the main hangar. The number hangar you are looking for is hangar 18.
Good song. I mean, let's go.
So, real quick. So, the bridge was supposed to be really big and over a bunch of buildings and like Commonwealth people, right? So, we're gonna scale that kind of mountain-ish thing with the rebel.
Aye, lad. Dunkin grabs you by the cheeks, one hand on your horns, gets real close to you, and goes, "Are you ready? Are you ready?"
Yeah, I mean, I gave my inspirational speech. I'm pretty, I'm kind of coming down from the adrenaline, quite honestly, but...
Since we've been making the plan, yeah, it's almost feels like I'm losing temporary HP by the second.
Your fiery ambition is cold as your demeanor. I like it.
I'm ready, though. Let's get to it. Lead the way, Duncan.
Everybody good? Everybody got their jogging shoes on? As he begins shifting through the ghouls.
I'll look down at my hooves, shake off some dirt.
I peek out the tent and I kind of point towards the living tower for what we've been calling it. We're not going that way, are we? Because I had a bad experience.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Plot twist.
Well, I'm going to conjure up an animal as we pass and see if I can't distract it.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good place. All right, let's go, boys. And Duncan begins to shift through the ghoul tent.
And I will cast Summon Beast, and I will summon a little spectral hawk.
A little spectral hawk?
Sure am.
Poor hawk doesn't know what's going to happen. So the three of you go to the south of the tent. You summon a little spectral hawk as you leave through the tent. As Reginald takes one more bite of that femur, go, "Oh, that would have been good with a little fresh blood on it almost, but it's still good."
I start walking off as he's talking and magic hand him from behind me without looking and plop him back up on my shoulder.
Reginald's floating onto your shoulder. Oh, yeah, that really hit the spot. And the three of you sneak out of the tent. Everyone make me stealth checks.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
I get to reroll that.
Do I still have the buff?
Yeah. Dan, do we still have the buff?
No, I'm talking yours, Jared.
Mine lasts
A long time.
Is it only attack rolls or is it all rolls?
all rolls.
I want to be straight up, guys. I don't have enough spell slots to give us a bunch of pass without trace.
Yeah, I have disadvantage, so then I just roll flat, right?
Yes.
25 for Minnis.
It's a 16 for Drell.
Okay. The three of you leave the tent. Dunkin scurries to the wall very stealthily, using his green shadow smuggler cloak to hide himself from anything prowling in the sky. As you see him run, last session there was raining blood that was causing acid damage to everybody. That rain has stopped, but you are stepping within the puddles and you are dodging the puddles to try to make as least amount of noise as possible. And as you head south, the two demons that were fighting earlier, you see that the weaker demon that was fighting the stronger demon that somehow got the advantage due to the three of you intervening is currently finishing eating the stronger demon, and the once frail demon begins to mutate and grow, and you see it begins to grow wings and transforms and looks very healthy and shrieks, goes and begins to fly eastward.
Well, we got lucky there. Hopefully that doesn't come back to us.
There is a dead demon in your path.
That's gross.
Yeah, it kind of smells.
Everything here smells.
Little heifer, you said you had a distraction.
Yep. All right. Let's hope this works. Hockey, get up there.
The hawk that you summoned flies high into the sky, about 180 feet, as it flies towards this living tentacle-like tower. Arguably smaller in comparison to the other living towers, its mighty size still. As it begins to look around, it does not notice the hawk at first, as the hawk begins to
Antagonize it.
antagonize. I was going to say tease. Antagonize.
What up,
begins to
nerd?
antagonize a little.
What are you doing over there?
It is going to make you see that the tentacle tower turns its whole body and begins to strike. It is going to roll to hits. Roll a 7. What's its AC?
Misses.
And you see that it swats. This is effectively gonna buy you a dash action past the tower. As you see Dunkin goes, all right, it has its attention. Let's go. And you see Dunkin begins to run southward. Everyone make me a full dash action. As Hawkeye begins to keep antagonizing the tentacle, it's going to make another attack roll against it with a 13 to hit.
Misses.
It misses as it keeps
Wow.
swatting.
Wow, look at hockey go.
That's a good hockey. Just good hockey. Stay alive.
Armos is secretly jealous.
Let's go. And you see that he runs, and you see that there's that wall that was blocking your path before is now destroyed as there are rubble. As you start to smell the keg powder from the dynamite that Dunkin had set and placed earlier. The tentacle is going to make another attack with a 16.
Hits.
You see how much health does it have?
Don't worry about it.
All right, it's going to do damage.
No,
Hockey.
hockey, no.
It's going to do 19 points of damage as it grabs it.
You see hockey looks just crumbled, but it's still alive.
You still alive? You see that it grabs it and it begins to fly. Go boom, 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 boom. It's slamming this bird into the floor, dealing 19 points of damage as the eyes are like bulging out of the hog's head.
We gotta save him.
Let's keep going. You see that Dunkin runs and is going to head into the living ward. As you go through the hole in the wall, you notice that there are cultists with their backs turned towards you down the main road. Dunkin comes in, sees the cultist, immediately dips to the west, trying to stick to the shadows, still dodging the blood puddles from the blood rain that happened just a couple minutes ago. Everybody roll me another stealth check as you are trying to not gain the attention of the cultists down the road.
19.
I got a 12.
With their active perception of 11, they do not see you.
Nice. Idiots.
Idiots.
Really gotta be a little more quiet.
I know.
Singling along. I have too many keychains. I should have taped them down. I forgot.
You see to your west that there's this collapsed bridge. Above it is a giant collapsed iron gate. Below was a building used as a lower gate for the military ward that has been collapsed onto. You see this pile of rubble, and that's where Dunkin is going. You see that the bridge is also collapsed on top of these other buildings, rendering them useless. On the other side of the rubble, along the main road towards the town square of this area, you do hear metal footsteps and another siege engine patrolling the streets beyond the buildings, out of eyesight.
All right, lads. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to keep heading west, and then we're going to go ahead. We're going to take some rope, and we're going to launch it up, and we're going to try to climb the rubble. Once we climb the rope, once we get up in there, and then you hear...
As a loud shriek from the western part of the city, that giant demon begins to deafen as it shrieks and screams. As everything goes silent, you are deafened.
Minnis thinks to himself, thank goodness we all practice these hand signals, and he does a bunch of hand signals that nobody understands.
I really should have wrote those down. Fuck.
You see Dunkin is like holding his ears. The shriek is just ear-shattering.
How high is this all the way to the top?
The cliff's edge is about 100 feet up. So Dunkin, trying to get his bearings straight as his ears ring, continues to head westward. You see the cultists that were south that were actively patrolling begin to cover their ears as well.
We're still sprinting at this time?
Yes.
Dashing, actually, through the snow, bro. Come on, man.
Taking advantage of the silence, you make it to where you think you can safely climb up. Using the rubble to your advantage, you see that Dunkin takes out a rope with a grappling hook and begins to whirl it up and tries to get the best vantage point as possible. How are the three of you attempting to get up?
I see this being a problem since we're all like deafened and we're going to be very vulnerable going up this thing. So Armos goes, taps everyone on the shoulder and tells them to wait real quick. And then I use Dimension Door to get to the top.
Oh, and can you bring your party with you?
You can bring along objects. You can also bring one willing creature.
Minnis starts floating with all his SIDs.
Drell side-eyes Armos.
Armos, you dimension door with Drell. Whom, whom. Except they don't make any sounds because of the screech. And Minnis, you begin to float. Give me a stealth check, Minnis.
Natural 20.
You see as you begin to slowly float up, using your nature-toned fur with shadow smuggler greens and trying to blend it with your
Well, I
environment.
think it's really all the SIDs surrounding me just look like rocks.
Oh, that's very true.
So
That's
me
very
against
true.
the plateau just looks like rock.
He's just T-posed up against the wall as Sid's like slowly
I love that. I love that. I love it so much that I'm going to give you an inspiration die for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's such a good idea.
Give it.
Minnis, as you begin to float, Armos and Drell, you make it to the top of this plateau, and you are now officially in the military ward. An army of these elementals are walking in between the hangars, heading towards the north gate. You see immediately to your west that there is a purple roofed hangar as giant doors begin to open to the ceiling as something begins to roll out. You see another one of these fell engines roll out and begin to follow suit. And the sounds of the siege engine begins to fill your ears again as the shrieking of the demon subsides. After a few moments, a second one of these engines from the purple roof begins to follow through. It looks like they're making their way towards the northern gate.
I reach my hand out to Dunkin as he makes his last climb up the rope.
Thanks, lad. Really appreciate that. You see, he uses his wide pinky to clean out his ears from the screech.
Oh my god.
You are now on top of this plateau. You can get a better view of the city from here. And as you look out to the south, to the living ward, you see the absolute carnage that lays out before you. The blood-soaked streets, destroyed rubble buildings, the collapsed bridge. What once used to be a beautiful place to live now looks old, decrepit, worn, and just a sad sight to behold. As you look out, you can see over the city's cliff edge, as you can even see the blood-soaked water, the blood-soaked ocean that surrounds this mountain city. You look over to the southeast and you see a small army of demons fighting in another part of the living ward, like another living ward in the city. And you hear carnage, and you hear the clashing of steels. You hear the screams of people as their life begins to fade. You hear slain demons. You're hearing these radiant ballistas shooting these explosive arrows at the demons as various sparks and booms echo in the distance. Focus back in to your mission as you are looking into the military ward. The purple roofed hangar was hangar 7. You're starting to look around and you're looking for signs. Dunkin points to the large, soft blue roof. That's the biggest building, and it looks like there's a number of hangars, but hangar 18, he points out, is one of these. He goes, "Hi, the hangar we're looking for is in this cluster of buildings right here."
Right. Well, no time to hesitate.
As you begin to watch, you notice something walks out of the hangar that you need to go to. Outside of hangar 18, there's this large staircase, and you see another one of these elementals, but this one looks very different. This one looks larger. It looks not as large as a Revenger, but much tougher. Rather than that green fell iron steel, this one has full plate black armor with a large greatsword with jagged spiked pauldrons with a Death Knight looking helmet to match. In the center of its black breastplate is a bloodshard that illuminates from its chest. Through the vents of its full plate armor, you see that elemental energy exhume out. You see that its eyes are also glowing green, and it looks like it's overseeing the small army heading to the north. It then turns around, goes up the stairs, and enters the hangar.
All right, everybody be careful of that guy.
Yeah, I believe that's the hangar you need to go to.
Okay. I start rushing and sneaking.
You see that Dunkin immediately follows you as you run to the north, and there are no windows to this hangar. It is completely one sheet of fortified metal. Dunkin looks at you. He goes, "Okay, now that I'm finally here, they're distracted, what I want to do is plant some more of these dynamites here.
Gotcha.
I want to take out these hangars so they cannot make any more, or at least house them. If there's any more of these siege engines, that the army at the front gate is going to have a very, very hard time. So I'm going to try to limit them the best I can. Maybe I can do something at the north gate once the bulk of that militia goes through, so you can do what you need to do. This is the hangar where the prisoners are transported.
Well, hopefully one of them has those red lanterns, so...
If you're looking for a lector, he's sure to be in here. Well, that last tin head that came out is probably one of its bodyguards."
Good. Well, I think we just gotta get in there.
Just dive on in.
If we see one of those lectors, maybe you can turn me invisible and I can try and just grab one of those lanterns and get out of there.
But we already showed that they can see invisible.
I don't know if the lectors can. Maybe they can.
I go invisible.
Oh, what, did Armos already go?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm over here.
Let's get a move on. And I start slinking around the corners of the building.
You see Dunkin wishes you luck, hands you a stick of dynamite,
Oh.
and begins to run off,
Oh, I'm glad he gave me the dynamite.
heading towards the purple
Whoa.
hangar building.
One person should have this.
Yeah, he gave it to me.
It's Reginald.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, no.
He hands you a bundle of fell dynamite.
There's no roof access, or what does the roofs look like? There's anything like that, right?
They're called hangars, but they look like iron fortresses with no windows.
Okay, actually, as much as I want to keep this, Armos, you should keep this because you have a way to light it.
Good call. I thought the same thing.
So do I. Drell pulls out a lighter. No, just kidding.
Just a straight up like Zippo.
Yeah.
Those famous Ashbourne Zippos.
Yeah, I mean, how do you think we keep warm, man?
Right? Not the lava that runs through your whole area. That what's in your lighter? Lava?
Can't tell you.
Family secret. All right, let's get in there. And I sneak through the front.
So the three of you are going to enter where this large black plated knights
Yeah, if there's no windows, there's no roof access, seems like the only way to go.
You climb the large stone stairs leading into this hangar. As you follow the black plated night, you see that the doors themselves look like they're made to allow large constructs through, and there is a smaller opening for smaller constructs to go through, or soldiers or cultists. There's a small cutaway in the door, and that is the door that is open. You unlock the door and you head inside the hangar. Once you go inside the hangar, you see a large factory in front of you. There are several racks extending out, all on these racks hanging from chains in a very automated process. Are these elemental soldiers that are not ignited. You do not see the green flame within the suits of armors. They are on racks and the walls of this hangar, and you see rows of them. You look in the distance and you also see Revengers also hanging on these racks and heavy chains, as well as siege engines, as you walk into the hangar to get a full view. This building is very large. It's meant for large structures to walk through. You do not hear any sounds. The hangar shape, this room is shaped almost like an H, where it has two factory lines connected by a large hallway, and there are red lanterns illuminating the room. You look up and you notice that there is a catwalk that oversees everything above you. It is completely quiet in here. You do hear the banging of chains and the settling of the armor on the chains. The way the racks are set up, where all these suits of armor are, it looks like it can be automated or turned on. And you see that there are these kegs that reek of blasting powder and other chemical components. And you think that once these are ignited, these are used to perhaps power the elementals in some way.
We don't see the guy that just was outside, right?
You do not. Everybody make me an Arcana check.
I'm so good at these.
No, I'm so good at these.
Don't worry, guys. A 24.
6.
12.
Armos, as you walk forward into this hangar, you feel an otherworldly presence here. You felt this feeling before, as you often deal with demons. You feel as if you're looking between planes. And as you begin to look at the armor and begin to examine the elemental suits, you blink and you see like small green flames where the suits would be, and then you rub your eyes again. The gray metal floor that you're standing on flashes as it turns to like pristine white marble for a moment, almost as you're seeing a visage.
What? What is going on here, guys? And I kind of relay the information to him.
What is it?
What?
Things aren't right here. Keep your head on a swivel as I keep prying and moving forward, looking around.
Minnis is trying to stay like under the catwalks as he's going through.
Using the shadow of the catwalk, absolutely. The catwalk is about 30 feet up from you.
Can I would like to use my cloak of invisibility. So I would like to put on the hood of my cloak, which allows me to go invisible. Be like, see you later, Minnis.
Okay, Drell. Have fun.
Be like, yeah. Guess who's invisible now? The whole time, Drell's just whispering to Minnis about how he's invisible now, and Minnis isn't.
I understand, Drell. I get it. He's getting a little annoyed as they're every time he talks about it.
I'm right next to Minnis. Yeah, we're so invisible. Bet you wish you were.
I go invisible for like one moment. I can do it too, guys. I'm just choosing not to.
Okay, cool. I thought you said he lost the ability. I don't understand. Why do we give him such a hard time? Can we do like a perception check around here? You said we hear chains. Do we hear it from any direction, or?
They sound like chains settling and like gently
Otherwise,
moving and
quiet.
banging. Yes, it's very quiet.
So there's not any kind of normal, we don't hear any kind of movement in any direction.
No. Go ahead and make me a perception check as you make it to the hallway of these two connecting factory lines. As you look,
That is a limp 20.
I got a 17.
you look over to the eastern corridor, and all three of you see that black plated armor knight standing between two large iron doors, and it is facing you. It has its greatsword in its hand with its sword straight down into the ground as it stares at you. And then you see a green flame wash over it and it disappears.
It like saw us or was just staring towards us?
It was staring towards you.
The flame disappears or he disappears?
He disappeared in front of that iron wooden doors. To your south in that hallway, you do see another door, like a large stone door next to the staircase that looks like it leads to another room.
Yeah, that's where I want to try and go.
How many sticks of dynamite do we have? Is it like hundreds or is it
You have a bundle
like
of 6.
10? Oh, okay.
Like it's a bundle, 6 sticks of dynamite that's bundled.
I'm gonna be honest, boys. We are in the belly of the beast right now.
All right, I'm going to sneak forward and see what's around this staircase.
We're with you.
Minnis, you see this giant stone door. It looks like it leads into another room. Drell and Armos, you see Minnis is approaching it. What are the two of you doing as Minnis is going into the room?
I want to listen for any sounds within the room.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
There's another limp 20.
You don't hear anything definitive. You think that there is something inside the room. However, the walls are just too thick to make out any type of specific sounds. But you do believe that there is something in there. You even hear, you're convinced that you hear a voice of some kind.
Guys, I think there's someone in there.
In where?
In there. I point towards the door.
Oh, yeah.
I want to cast a spell. It's concentration, 10 minutes, protection of good or evil.
Okay. And what does protection of good and evil do?
Until the end of the spell, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Protection grants several benefits. Creatures will of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. Target can't be charmed or possessed by them.
Very cool.
Are there any gaps in this door at all?
There are not.
Like I couldn't slide my finger under the door slat?
No, it's a giant stone door that's resting on the metal flooring.
Okay.
Very heavy. I wouldn't say airtight per se, but you wouldn't be able to slip a finger through.
No.
Yeah, it's a very thick door.
We could pass wall it.
We could get a little peek. But then they would see us as well. I think, right? Is that how that works? Now that I'm thinking about it, hold on.
They would see us as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
guys, should we see what's in here?
No.
There could...
We definitely do pass wall.
Why?
Because it doesn't have to be super tall. It could just be a peephole.
Oh, you could just do
it says,
a 1-inch hole.
It says up to 5 feet and 8 feet tall and 20 feet deep. I could just say little peephole.
If you give me a peephole, I can cast Arcane Eye and we can take a look.
Yep. I think that's our plan. Drell?
Sounds good. Drunk is with thumbs up. Got nothing for this one, so it's on you guys.
Put it towards the bottom where nobody would be expecting a hole.
So Armos, you approach the door to cast this pass wall spell.
I go to the door. I cast pass wall. As I'm walking up to the door, what happens, Tony?
So you're going to go ahead and cast pass wall. A small peephole opens and you get to see inside the room directly ahead of you. You see as you make a tiny peephole that the dark metal floor quickly turns to red decorative stone flooring. As you hear more clarified mumbles, you hear the voice, a one-sided conversation, and the sounds of other magical communication. It sounds like a whirring, and this being is speaking to this whirring noise. You hear a faint voice. Yes, I will handle the compromised situation and oversee that everything goes according to plan. Within the hangar, production will not slow down, and the main gate will be aided most hastily. You hear more whirring.
Can I send my Arcane Eye in there before anything else happens?
Yes, so you cast Arcane Eye. What level spell is that?
It is I think it's a 4th level spell that I get to use once per day.
And what does Arcane Eye do?
I create an invisible magical eye within range that hovers in the air. I mentally receive visual information from the eye, which has normal vision and dark vision of 30 feet. The eye can look in every direction, so I can almost like, when you have those 3D cameras and you're looking through Google.
Yes.
So
You could see everything that's going on in this room, per se.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna do something right here real quick. You create this arcane eye into the room through the pass wall, and you see a decorated room. You see shelves. You see a large workshop table. You see chests and 2 chairs. Sitting at a very decorated chair, fitted for a commander of some kind, is this black hooded cultist with red trim. You see in front of him is a red orb, and then as you cast a spell, he continues the conversation, and he mentions the name Viral. He is talking directly to Viral, and he says he's going to take care of the compromise. You see at his hip, on a heavy chain that is wrapped around his waist, is a red-orange lantern.
I do one of those giddy shakes. I grab Armos's leg and I'm like, he's got it, guys.
A few more moments pass. He goes, yes, for the dawn. In his name, we shall rejoice in his light.
And then you see he waves his hands, and the orb looks like it dulls out as the bright red energy that he was communicating through dims.
Armos was kind of peeking through the thing that was the hole in the wall. He stands up, gives a good stretch real quick, and is getting ready to kick the door open and get this guy as quickly as possible.
Is the arcane eye invisible?
Yep.
Only you know of its existence?
I create an invisible magical eye.
Interesting. Cool.
Yep.
You see that this cultist, we'll call him the Lector for now, because he has the red orange Felogburn, and the Lector is a role in the Red Dawn, by the way. That's why I call him the Lector. Gets up from his seat and begins to walk towards the door.
Guys, get ready to jump him. He's coming towards the door.
Armos, give me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Drell, give me a Perception check.
18.
25.
You are not surprised. Armos, you turn around as you feel a dark presence behind you. And as you turn, you see the silhouette, a visage of a large black knight grabbing Drell's shoulder, almost like a ghost trying to influence the living. Drell, you immediately feel this hand on your shoulder, even in your invisible state through the cloak. You instantly turn around and you gaze into the eyes of the helmet. He is as tall as you are. As you see and look into the green flaming eyes within his black helm, and you see that the sword comes down as you manage to just slightly turn, as you feel like the ghostly blade slashes some of your beard hair off. And Armos, with your arcane check, you notice that the two of them disappear from your eyesight. Drell is currently gone.
We'll figure that out later, and I kick the door open.
What?
Drell, your world completely twists and turns. The red flame lanterns quickly turn green. Right behind you, you are staring face to face with this large black knight with the giant greatsword. Everything is dark and gloomy. All the floor was once gray metal steel, is now this beautiful white marble. You no longer see the suits of armor on the racks, but rather jars of green flames in its place. You see rows and rows of them. You do not see any armor, and you see that this giant greatsword is just finished slashing down, and you are going to roll initiative, and we're gonna hold you off right there. Drell, you're gonna roll me an initiative.
Okay.
You're going to tell me that number, and then you're going to cut it in half and hold that number as well.
So I tell you the number?
Yes. What is your initiative?
12.
Write down 12 and 6.
Okay.
We're going to put a pin in that. Minnis and Armos, you see that Drell has disappeared. Armos, you no longer see the visage. Drell has disappeared from in front of your eyes in a green flame. Within a blink, you're not sure what happened. You said you were kicking down the door now?
Yeah, we want to push the door open as quick as possible.
You push this heavy door open and it swings. And you see that this red stoned room that looks like a somewhat small wizard's laboratory is revealed to you. And you see this cultist. And he goes, the compromise has come to me. Your intelligence and wisdom have not seemed to grow at all over the last year.
I knew you were talking about us behind our back. Heard you through the eye. I mean, we heard you through the hole, actually, but I saw you through the eye.
But I thought there was 3 of you.
Don't worry about that right now. Get him, Armos. And we start attacking.
I want to cast as soon as possible. Hold monster.
So you cast this spell as you are going to roll initiative.
Ooh, that's a 22 for Minnis.
Are you casting hold monster or hold person?
Hold. I think it does the same thing. It's hold monster. It's a creature you can see within range. Yeah, it's monster.
Oh, so it works for everything.
Okay, it works right. I just want to make sure.
It has to do a wisdom saving throw, so I don't know if it's gonna go well, but 8.
Armos, you have an 8. Minnis, you have a 22. Drell, you have 12.
Yep.
And 6.
Okay.
Armos, you go and try to get a surprise attack as you cast hold creature, and you see that the lector in front of you waves his hand and casts counterspell. The spell dissolves as it is casted at higher level.
Same old Armos. Quick to the draw. Always trying to get the upper hand.
He steps closer as the red fell Ogburn shines more brightly.
You see, I have gained significant knowledge since the last time we've met. I know all your tricks, and I will not fall for the same old ruse that I fell for so long ago. And you see
Oh, you know this guy?
that he comes closer, and you start to see that there's a glow underneath his robe. Blue markings as you see that his hand comes out and grabs the fell Ogburn and begins to wield it as a flail.
Wait a sec.
You see the glow beneath his skin as you see that he moves from the back. You see that he removes his hood, revealing his blue skin, and he says,
I am going to enjoy this. Although interrupted with my proceedings, am happy that you are here to exact
my revenge, as the two of you stare down Julius Kendrick.
Julius!
The lector
How dare you
of the
counterspell
Red
me?
Dawn.
Does it feel good? Does
No.
it, Armos?
It's so good.
We've been waiting for this day.
And we're going to go ahead and go into initiative as you see Julius reveals himself. Starting at initiative 22 is Minnis. What are you doing?
Rod! And I slam my rod down in the ground with an action to give us a protective aura.
What is the rod are you using?
It's the rod of alertness.
The rod of alertness.
So that
Okay.
gives us each bonus to our AC and saving throws. And it's a 60-foot radius, and we can see invisible things.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna.
Bro, I don't want to see a rod, man. Please.
Just look at my rod; it'll help.
You flash your rod and slam it into the ground.
You were laughing at your own joke before you even said it.
Red
What a
stone
loser, man.
as the aura shines a 60-foot radius of protection. What else are you doing?
And then with a bonus action, I'm going to go invisible. Poof!
You go invisible.
I currently am invisible, by the way. I just want
Yeah.
that to be-
You are, and yet he sees looking right at you.
Oh, I can see you now, Armos.
Yeah, the rod of alertness means you can see Armos.
Oh, wait.
You know that he was staring right at you, Armos, during that little monologue.
I don't know if this is gonna work, Armos.
What else are you doing on your initiative?
That's it.
We're going to move to initiative 20, which is Julius Kendrick, as he begins to snicker and swings the flail as it snaps on the ground in red flame. With using his free hand, he's going to cast a spell, and you see that he shoots out from his hand Ice Knife. Everybody, Armos and Minnis, roll me a dexterity saving throw of a DC 18.
It's a 24.
Everything's dexterity.
There is.
6.
You are going to take 38 points of frost damage full, and your movement speed is now halved. You are going to take half that, Minnis.
My temp HP.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your movement is not halved. I'm sorry. That's a different spell. So yeah, you're just going to take 38 points of frost damage, and then he is going to take 2 steps forward, and he is going to attack with the flail against you with a 22 to hit.
How far does this flail reach? Jeez.
I'm sorry. He didn't move 15 feet forward. It does have a 10-foot range.
Okay.
I'm sorry. He moves 15 foot forward, and he attacks you with this
Uses
flail.
his
It's like
whip.
It reaches out. Yeah. It has a 10-foot range. It has a reach. And he hits with a 22. That is going to deal 23 points of fire damage.
Me?
To you.
It's halved.
To you, almost. Yes, that is halved. We are going to move to initiative 12 in this other realm. Drell, you are face down with this ominous Black Knight. He is the same size as you. You look at him face to face as he has drawn his large black greatsword as he has just slashed to you. What are you doing?
So I would like to raise my hand, the one that I have the ring with the spell slot stored in it, and I would like to cast Ray of Enfeeblement on this guy.
Ah, nice.
All right, what does Ray of Enfeeblement do?
So Ray of Enfeeblement is a black beam of energy that springs from your finger towards the creature within range. Make ranged spell attack against a target. On hit, the target deals only half damage with this weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends. And it does take concentration, and it is up to 1 minute.
So you do have to concentrate on it. Okay.
I do.
If you go into a rage, that spell breaks.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yep.
Okay.
No, it does say I need to make a ranged spell attack. So I don't know.
Yeah, so it uses Armos' spell modifier because that's what he put into it. So what is your spell modifier?
6.
6. So you're going to roll a d20 plus 6.
Okay. Oh, yo, wait, does
You still got your advantage.
yeah, I get my advantage. Okay.
Yes.
Yo, shout out Armos.
Oh, no, it just needs to hit. Okay.
That is a it's not going to be any better. A 15.
That is going to miss. As you
Oh.
see, he quickly sidesteps out of the way.
Oh, that's rough.
Damn. Okay, I think I do have to do this. Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to switch the +3 from hit damage to my AC.
Awesome. Putting you at 26 AC.
Yes.
Devastating. Okay. We're going to move to initiative 10, which is this Black Knight. He is going to make some attacks against you.
Got it.
You see that he takes the great sword and slashes down with great speed. That is going to be a dirty 20 to miss. Your reaction?
Yes. Well, can I see at till the end, right? Because I have a reaction that I could do either way, I guess.
Oh, you're using a reaction on the missed attack.
Well, no, I guess.
So the second attack is going to be a 32 to hit.
I will use a reaction
There you
to use my dragon's tail to try to buff my AC to dodge the melee attack. So I have to roll, a 7 or 8.
Ooh.
That's a 2.
That's not going to do it as he comes down with his black greatsword, dealing 30 points of magical slashing damage. Whoosh, as he's going to spin around and try to hit you with a third attack with a natural 20.
Wow.
Which is a unicorn for me. So I'm using the unicorn dice today.
Oh,
So that's going to be a natural 20. So I'm going to roll double dice here. That is going to be a total of 49 points of magical slashing damage as he misses with the first one, swings around with the second one, and then does a full spin on the third one and cleaves you with 49 points of magical slashing damage. And then we're going to move to initiative 8, Armos. As we shift back to the material plane, Armos, you are staring down Julius Kendrick alongside Minnis. What are you doing?
I'm mad about getting hit with Ice Knife, and I'm gonna retaliate with a lightning bolt.
Yeah, get him, Armos. Light his ass.
And you see as you begin to charge your lightning bolt. What do I need to do?
Dexterity saving throw of a DC 19.
Dexterity saving throw of DC 19 with a failed 11. How much damage am I taking?
38.
Oh, wow.
As you see that he hunches over for a brief moment as the lightning bolt electrifies through him, zapping the wall behind him, shattering some of the glass beakers on his desk, and you see that the singed smoke exhumes off his now charred skin, and you see his tattoos begin to glow again as he fixes his gaze upon you. We move to initiative 6. Drell, what are you doing as you just taken 2 pretty harsh attacks from this knight?
I'm going to bonus action second wind to regain some hit points. So that's gonna I'm rolling so bad. So that's 16 HP I get back, and then Drell is going to just carry out 3 attacks against this guy.
Absolutely.
19 to hit.
Misses as your blade slides off its tough armor.
Ooh, spicy. Okay. How about 27?
That hits.
And 21?
Hits.
Cool. Oh my god. Okay, I would also like to make my second attack a menacing attack. It's a DC 19 wisdom saving throw, or he's frightened of me.
He passes. It is not scared of you.
Damn. That'll work one day. But I still get to use the D10 as damage. So that is going to be... Man, I rolled so bad. That's going to be 58 damage.
As you see that he deflects one of them, but the armor scrapes nastily very close to his bloodshard that is socketed into his chest.
Yeah, you're not the only one that can do some damage, buddy.
You see that off that comment, flames erupt through the vents of the armor, and his eyes engulf, and you hear a laugh. And you see the flames roar as we move to initiative 5, which is this armored knight. And you see that he comes at you with another series of attacks. He's going to hit you with try to hit you with the great sword at disadvantage. That is a 26 to hit with disadvantage.
Reaction. So I'm going to use my tail again. That is going to be, I have 31 AC on that hit now. So.
Okay, that's going to miss as you deflect his attack. He is then going to try to kick you to knock you prone. Make me a contested strength check as you hold your ground.
God. 15.
You are kicked to the ground prone as you get knocked to the floor, and he's going to take his third attack against you with advantage. So this is going to be a normal hit as he comes down with his greatsword as you get knocked to the wall. That's going to be a flat 30 to hit.
That will hit.
And that's going to deal an additional 30 points of magical slashing damage as he comes down with his greatsword. You see that your first attack deflected. As you deflect, he kicks you to the floor as you feel this massive strength, this otherworldly strength. His fell iron boot connects to your chest as you fall to the floor, and he combos with that devastating greatsword attack as we move back up to initiative 22 in the material plane to Minnis.
Julius, I just want you to know that I got rid of your axe because I upgraded and not because of any other reason. And I got something better. And I cast 4th level spiritual weapon, but this time I am going to bring out a giant spiritual mace.
You make this spiritual weapon. What else are you doing?
And it's going to take an attack roll on Julius.
Roll to hit.
Boom. That's going to be a 21 to hit, as Julius is going to take 10 points of force damage from the mace. And then I'm going to...
I want my mace back. You will return that weapon to me. It was a gift from our father.
Great gift, but I had to get rid of it on my own terms. As I run to the other side of the room.
That was a powerful artifact. Why would you get rid of it?
Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later. As I shoot sling bullets at him. All right, that is regular roll. I was going to do advantage. Nat 20! Take that, Julius. So that is going to be 17 force damage from the first attack. And on that attack, I'm going to make him my favored foe. So the first time on each of your turns you hit your favorite enemy, which Julius is definitely my favorite enemy, and deal damage to it, including when you mark it. You can increase the damage by 1d8, so I'm also going to add a d8 on top of that. 1. But the Sids are also going to add damage for 3. So
What's that total damage?
So that's a total of 21 damage on the first attack. And then I'm going to try attacking one more time. Woo! 31 to hit. And that is going to be a 16 damage on the next one.
Nice. There's going to be 16 points of damage as you see the sling willard's doing some serious damage as blood begins to run down his glowing tattoos.
And that's my turn.
As you move to initiative 20, which is Julius, and you see that he looks at the blood between his hands as it drips onto the floor, and as he uses that same bloody hand, he snaps his fingers. You see a green flame glow within his hand as you hear the whirling of chains in the distance. You hear 2 metal sounds hitting the floor as 2 of these soldiers now join the fight and make a dash action. Have joined the fight and now on the floor. 2 of these elemental soldiers.
From outside this room.
From outside this room, yes. That was his bonus action as he summoned a elemental, and he is going to use his action to cast a spell. And he goes, "You have harmed me." Fitting. As he puts his bloody palm and faces it towards you, and he's going to cast a spell called Harm.
No, don't harm us.
And a counterspell
Oh,
Counterspell. What level is that counterspell?
is a 5th level counterspell.
Okay, make the roll.
so what level? It's level 6 spell.
He's casting it at 7th level, yes.
So yeah, 17. You gotta be a 17.
So that's a 16. But I think I got Dark One's Luck,
You do.
which is a d10 I can add to it. So why not? It's a 20.
He is going to. You also use reaction to counterspell your counterspell. I want this spell to go
my
off.
Goodness.
You've already canceled out one of my 1-a-day spells. I'm not gonna let it happen.
Good thing Minnis took counterspell. No, he didn't.
This counterspell is being casted at 7th level as well. So that is going to be your counterspell. So he's going to use his 1-a-day ability to whittle down your resources as harm goes off. You unleash a virulent disease on a creature you can see within range. Minnis, make me a Constitution saving throw of a DC 17.
Owes to me.
This is for destroying my mace.
22 as I put a middle finger up to him.
Okay, so you're gonna take half of this damage, and you're not gonna get the really bad stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna take half of 66 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And what's not gonna happen to you?
Oh, I know the bad stuff.
You know the bad stuff? Okay.
But tell the audience.
The bad stuff is that if he failed, he would have lost 66 health points off his total health pool, as well as taking the damage. Not fun. Not fun, which is why I really wanted this spell to go off. As he casts harm, you pass as your fortitude is just too mighty and take half of 66, which is 33 points of necrotic damage.
With my middle finger up, Minnis is like,
And then he is going to turn around with his second spell and cast an Arcane Blast at Armos with a dirty 20 to hit, dealing, 9 points of necrotic damage. I rolled a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 3 on that. That is insane. You're going to take 9 points of necrotic damage. That is nuts. Cool. That is going to be its turn. At the end of its turn, those elemental soldiers are going to come in and they're going to make a dash action to try to get into the fight as they go 60 feet forward. As they make their way towards the room as we go to initiative 12. Drell, would you like to take a guess on where you are right now?
Is it Shadowfell?
Ding, you are correct. You are in Shadowfell. Shadowfell.
Fuck.
Time moves differently here.
Not again.
And you are going. That's why you are fighting twice in initiative.
I would like to use some of my movement to stand up. I'm gonna drink as a bonus action a potion of supreme healing. So that's 10d4.
Reaction. He's going to try to make a hit towards you to smack the bottle out of your hand.
What?
He misses. He got an 11.
I look at him with a side eye as I drink my potion.
You see that he tries to backhand the bottle out of your hand as you go to drink it as a reaction to you, and you see that you just move the bottle out of the way.
Okay. And then I hit him with my axe.
Go ahead and roll it.
That's one of my favorite drill reactions ever.
First one is a nat 20.
Oh, baby.
Roll the damage on the nat 20 for me.
Okay. I rolled so bad on this, dude. 30.
You deal 30 points of damage with that critical. Before you do your next 2 attacks, you uppercut this knight with your axe, with your father's axe, and its helmet flies straight up into the ceiling as you see an eruption of flame where its head should be. And you see that in its place is not a head at all. It is a green flame. And as it begins to retake shape, it's a little startling because you feel like you just decapitated it, and you feel the flame laughing at you. Until that laughing flame starts to sound more human-like. But the voice doesn't come from the suit of armor. It comes from your bag.
Okay.
As you look, I believe it's in your bag of holding, as you hear the laughs from someone familiar. The decapitated head of Adelram begins to speak to you from your waist. I keep my threats and promises, and this spell will be your hell, Drell. And that is where we're going to end this week's session.
What? Well, how are you talking?
What kind of voodoo magic is this?
Yeah.
Well, can you make the connection? Can you make the connection now, unit? I believe there was a specific line that was given to you some time ago.
He's consuming way too much helium.
Oh, yeah, too much. What was the last thing Adelram said to you before you killed him?
Drell, honestly, he was like nothing to Drell, so he doesn't even remember, to be honest. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, buddy. And he just killed him.
The last thing he has said to you is that he said he will see you in the fell. And that's when you came tumbling out of the sky from Timbat as you crashed into the ground.
Got it.
And then you began to decapitate him because he killed one of your best friends, Boxy.
Yep. Yeah, true.
Never forget.
Never forget Boxy.
Does that mean Boxy's in the fell?
Oh, hell yeah. Somewhere.
I will not be answering questions this time.
Good episode. That was a fun one.
Yes, riveting fight. I have been looking forward to this fight for some time.
Oh, Julius.
So this soldier is Adelram?
Yes.
That's why he picked me? Got it.
Got it.
Yeah. Guy's just totally obsessed with me. It's weird. Cut off his head one time, man, and all of a sudden he's obsessed with me.
Well, now twice.
Yeah.
You took his helmet off.
Now I have to do it another time.
I can't wait for the next one to finish this fight because this is a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, some cool mechanics. We'll talk about it in the after show. Does anybody have any closing notes?
No.
Not really.
Nothing?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Not even about the cool dynamic of the boss fight?
Get your flu shot, kids, because the flu is rough for me right now.
I think you got something stronger than the flu there, kid.
I don't think so. Feels like the flu.
No, I mean, I got some stuff to say, but we'll save it for the after show. I did think it was a cool fight, though. Yeah, and the art is, cool.
Julius Kendrick back.
Yeah, another. Finally, you guys can get your revenge from him running away like a little scared cat the first time,
Yeah, Julius.
Yeah, Julius. How could you do
Julius.
that? Couldn't finish him off for me.
Yeah, how dare you counterspell me? That's my thing.
Does anybody have any recommendations this week?
Actually, he did it twice now that I think about it.
Has anybody got any recs?
I have one, but if anyone else has one, you guys can totally do it.
Oh, you man.
So the new season of Mythic Quest is out on, I think it's Apple TV. Mythic Quest. If you guys are not familiar with it, it's like a funny comedy on like they're a game development company. The game is called like Mythic Quest, and it's got like Rob McElhenney on it, and he plays like the creative director. It's really funny. It's like it's a pretty good, like just easy laugh, easy something to watch. It's not anything too complex. So you don't have to really pay attention too much, but yeah, it's just all
Is it one of those shows where it takes the live action of the people, pretends that they're in a video game, and goes in between the two?
No.
I mean, they have like cuts, like dramatic cuts from one scene to the other of like actual video games. But no, the whole thing, it's like The Office almost, but like instead of a paper company, it's
making a game.
It's basically Blizzard.
Yeah, it's making fun of World of Warcraft in the real scheme of things. But yeah.
This guy kind of looks like Mac from Always Sunny.
That is Mac from Always Sunny.
Wow.
Rob McElhenney. Yeah. When I said the actor's actual name, yeah, that's
why.
why.
Got that Ozempic face. That's why I didn't recognize him from the thumbnail and the high Photoshop.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So no, it's pretty good.
It's got Abed from Community.
Yeah, the guy from Community is also in it.
Why does it have bad ratings?
Who cares?
I watched it the first and second season, and I think it lost me in the second season, but I heard it got a lot better.
Yeah, I will say the first season's really good. I don't remember if it's the second or third, but one of them is kind of hard. It's like, okay, like it's a little dry. And then so far in the fourth season now, because the fourth season just started being released weekly, I think like late January. It's funny. Like I said, it's not, Oscar worthy or anything, but it's a good laugh, and it's about video games. So if you like it, then you can watch it.
I'm actually going to try this as soon as possible because I think I got Apple TV recently, so this sounds like some right up my alley.
Yeah,
I'm getting the Guild vibes from it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good rec, man.
Yeah. Good rec. I'm gonna add this to my watch list.
Well, if you have Apple TV now, you got to watch the Silo show I was telling you about, because that's
there's like a lot of shows.
And Severance.
Dude, everyone praises Severance, and I just can't get behind it. I fell asleep during the first episode. I was like, this shit's boring as hell. Yeah,
bro.
Talk about being severed from the show, am I right?
Yeah. I was just so bored.
On that note, goodbye, everybody.
Let us know what you guys think about Severance. Yeah, let us know in the Discord or in the comments.
Bye, Julius.
See you next time.
Hope you lose your mace.
Later.
And your face.
Whoa, bars.
Dear patrons, thank you for supporting us in every which way. Your support has grown so much, in fact, that the SIDs have been sprouting up around Umbrea like crazy. So many have come my way in your likeness, and I have sent them with Sid Sr. so that he may escort them safely to you. First up are the Shadow Sids, the Dread. Sid Dread just showed up at our camp with emerald burning eyes. Since we don't know where you are, I bid him the best of luck and had Sir Sid, our armorer, craft him the most incredible suit of tiny Sid armor. I hope you like it. Alara Dawnstar, you would not believe the Sid that came into our camp the other day. Dawn Sid has been teaching some new recruits hand-to-hand combat and also bested even Sid himself in many games of Dragon Chess. When you see her, please give her a mask fitting of such a cunning warrior. Hello, Reese. Fair warning, when you meet Ever Sid, he might be in a bit of a sour mood. You see, the other Sids accidentally used Ever Sid's journal for arts and crafts paper, so please give him one of yours. Also, I have sent you a coupon for Numi's shop if you ever find yourself back in Sanlo. Julius Kendrick, for the love of all the gods above this material plane, please take this shady hooded Sidric off of our hands. He is scaring all the other Sids and raising little mice and snake skeletons from the surrounding forests. I respect all magic, but this is not for us. Next are the Bloodshard Bandits. Morgan Ulthil, I hope your fox wants a friend. Sidthil is on their way to you now with their own little rock fox companion. They both seem super stealthy and will be able to help you with all your covert operations near the Red City. Artemis, you have a new recruit. Artisid has been protecting some of the weaker citizens these past few weeks and even got some expert training from Sid X, our martial arts instructor and leader of the Sid specialists. He's also really good at the xylophone, but I don't think he taught Artisid how to play that. Sly, you may be the stealthiest person I have ever met, and those traits show true in the Sly Sid that popped up recently. It has a little hood it made for itself and a bow that shoots multiple thorns all at the same time. I think with good training, you can teach him to shoot a blueberry off of a caterpillar's head. Jade Greyfire. Sid Greyfire has been training non-stop with Sid Sr. Jr., our inspiring speech specialist. I'm going to wait a few weeks before letting him leave because he still needs to work on speaking with his diaphragm. In due time, you two will be sharing many tales of your adventures and inspiring others. And now are the Sid Jick College alumni. Your contributions are very thoughtful. Luke Trebek. Your inventions at the Sidjic College have inspired Sid Trebek to work on their own trinkets for the Sid Brigade. Sid, that's Sid with 2 Ds, is our item specialist and has given your Sid some components to bring to you at the college to help further your learning. Craig Dawnbringer. I heard you were struggling with your magic lessons, and so is Sid Dawnbringer. Or at least that's what I thought until a couple weeks ago. Sid Dawnbringer has been casting powerful spells all of a sudden like it's nothing. I swear I saw a tiny little rock bunny on his shoulder the other day, but I probably just need more sleep. David LaChance. I hope Sid Chance finds his way to you. It is a very strong Sid that has been training with Sid Alpha, leader of our elite task force, Slag Sitters. They wanted him to join, but Sid Chance said it wanted to train under you before it would be ready for that kind of commitment. Punk. I hope Spunk has made it to you already. That's the name it gave itself after tattooing itself and heading out with a band made up of a rat drummer, pixie lead singer, and twig blight bassist. He is the lead guitarist, of course, and I hope he doesn't get too distracted while on tour. Mongo! Sido has just arrived and has been looking everywhere for you. By that I mean they have gotten lost about 50 times looking for you. Sid Sr. has picked one of his best scouts to escort Sido to your current location on time for the first time this time. Saint Chaos. Sid Chaos has been brewing mead for the Sids, and it is unbelievably bad. Not going to lie, it is really bad. The Sids threw up pebbles everywhere, but Drell seems to be unaffected. We are sending him your way for brewery classes. Sergio Rodriguez. Sidio Rodriguez has signed up for all kinds of classes at Sid University, but I worry his interests are a bit too broad. He's taking spellcasting, fighting, draconic, painting, ballet, Artificer 101, and much, much more. Hopefully, when he sees you, you can help him figure out what kind of Sid he wants to be. And last but not least are Humbrea's Sidos. Charcoal Dart Sid is currently wearing a beret and painting a portrait for Kazu Sid, a little frost-covered dragon pebble breathing snow. Thomocles, the Sid Barian, looks angry all the time with permanent twig eyebrows, but is really just trying to give Sid with Glass a big hug. Don't run away, Sid with Glass, he's friendly, I promise. Drowned Sid just came through camp dragging a severed orc's head behind him. I pointed them in your direction as John Carroll waved goodbye while riding it. Johnny Tar Sid and Native Nightmare Sid were having a fight with each other until Lone Star, a gelatinous-looking Sid, came in and engulfed them. Kazlan Sid has been sitting sad in a corner, or maybe that's just sweat from running so much. Eris Insidus gets really mad when Reginald tries to bully other Sids and looks eerily just like you, Eris Insidus. Heart. I found this awesome Sid that shape changes into little rock animals, and it's been looking for you. Ren Sidley and Sidscore Storm have become great friends and cannot wait to meet their big bugbear and dragonborn counterparts. Treat them with care, Ren Grizzly and Isker Storm. Your support has reached so many Sids. So many that a top-heavy Sid has appeared that looks somewhat like the letter P. Interesting. On its back are magical runes that, when translated from Dwarven to Common, reads, "Visit patreon.com/DND404 if you want to read your name read out loud by Minnis and the gang." Yep, it says all that, the whole thing on Patreon Sid's back. How wild. Okay, love y'all. Bye.